prettiest game in a lot of ways, especially in shooting percentages. But yeah, we just fell a bit short there. I really liked how our team played. I liked how we came out after the halftime and took the lead and were aggressive. And I think down the stretch we have to continue just to stay with what we're doing, not speed up a little bit there, and also make sure that we're handling basic things like covering back and, and transition and things of that nature. So it's a tough loss for us because we felt like we could play better and get a better result. But at the same time, we'll learn from it, own it, and get better for it.
Coach, I mean, those third quarter and fourth quarter, this third quarter was obviously a very high moment for your team, and the fourth quarter was a very low moment. Can you talk about your feelings about how your team played for that, when you guys made your move, when you guys made your run, and you got the lead, and then again, what happened afterwards?
Well, I think a low moment was the first quarter. Yeah, that was terrible. We gave them too many looks and open looks. I think we started out slow. That was unfortunate. That sort of gave them a little bit of a buffer. So that quarter, then you look at the others, and yes, we played better, and they finished better in the fourth quarter for sure. Matter of, shot selection, matter of covering back in transition, just a matter of things of that nature. Nothing huge. These games are at the margins, and you got to win the margin battle, and we didn't.
Joanne, one of Notre Dame's key changes in the second half was putting Brianna Turner on Azrae. And Azrae tried to challenge her a few times, but the net result was Azrae being on the perimeter and taking jump shots as opposed to really trying to get to the rim. How much did that sort of change the equation during that time? Because it seemed that when you were up 5 and you went to the drought, the team was looking for just one jump shot to land, and none of them did, but all the shots seemed to be jumpers. What do you wish the team had done during that stretch?
Yeah, I think just continue to play good inside-out basketball. I think we rushed during that stretch. I'll have to look at it to remember it clearly. I thought Azrae went out. We didn't take Azrae to the outside because 11 was guarding her. As a matter of fact, we posted her up pretty well, and she got her 3 fouls on her. It's too bad we couldn't get the 4th foul. But the reality was, you can focus on shot making, and that's certainly part of it. But at the same time, too, we gave some real easy things down the stretch, like layups, and you can't do that.
Patrick, can you talk about the defense in the third quarter in particular? Because Notre Dame's threes weren't falling, so they were attacking and driving using pull-ups. And whereas in the first half they were getting open looks, in the third quarter you and Amber were just moving up and swatting shots away. Can you talk about sort of the aggressiveness, the change of attitude, and basically we're just tired of them scoring in that particular way?
Yeah, I think the guards did a really good job of just forcing them to put the ball on the floor. Some of them are really comfortable with just catching and shooting, so then forcing them to come in, and we were able to just stay there and kind of not let Turner get a catch, but also hinder their shot selection, which helped.
Rebecca did got stuck on 55 for a long, like 6+ minutes. From your perspective, what was going wrong out there?
I just think our shots weren't falling. We weren't taking the best shots we could have. I think we were rushing whenever we needed to just stay poised and run through our offenses.
Coach, you're not ranked yet, but you played you had an awful good team down in the fourth quarter. How do you assess your team going into February now?
Yeah, I think our team's working very hard. I think we need to work harder, demand more of each other. I think we're very hungry and not very happy, very hungry and not very happy because we know that we can play better. And I think that, leadership is an important concept. I'll tell you, 22 won the game for them. Look at 22 is a 5th-year senior, and she played like one. And without her on the floor, the outcome would have been totally different. And having 5 steals that she had, the points that she had, the rebounds that she had, and the lack of any turnovers, it's that kind of thing that makes a difference. Somebody's got to be, pretty spectacular. And for them, she was. And it's mostly because she didn't turn it over and she stole the ball 5 times. Well, I'd say we'd like that ball back for our finish. So it's two things. We have to learn and grow, and we have to learn and grow that that's the kind of game it takes. And Martin, somebody's got to step up in that kind of way. And I think we had good step-ups. You look at O'Hara with 9 rebounds, you look at Amber with 8 rebounds, Ezra had 7, Kyra got 4 in there, Becca got 9. We had some really good blue-collar things going on, and that's all part of it, to out-rebound them by 7. That's all part of it. Getting to the free throw line, they got a few more times than we did. If we had gotten there 25 times, that makes a different outcome. Definitely want to create a few more assists. I mean, we shoot 66 times, they shoot 64. This game is very, very even. So it comes at some kind of margin, and I think 22 provided that margin.
During your missing table, not turning the ball over, Rick, they only get 5 turnovers. Was that a function of Duke playing a lot of zone, or was it something Duke could have done with more turnovers?
Well, we played a lot of man, so that doesn't answer that question. I would say they did a good job taking care of the basketball. They didn't rush. When they have 5 and we have 12, there's a game right there. I mean, just, again, there's subtle things that all, point, and you've got to learn from them as a team. And I know our team well, but we've got to own it and feel it, and it doesn't feel good.
How much do you think that their ball handlers, the juniors and seniors and grad students, your ball handlers are freshmen and sophomores? How much of a factor is that?
Well, I don't want to make that a factor because I believe our team can beat anybody. I really do believe we could put it all together and beat anybody. But, I mean, yes, if you're looking at the 5th-year senior, that's a lot of years. I mean, you look what Amber can give us sometimes as a 5th-year senior. There's no substitute for that. So, to me, she is the most valuable player on that team, without question.
Do you think it's a motivator for your players that you're not in the top 25 and get all those people up there?
We don't care about polls, but we do care about the last one. The last one, in April. So, the polls are what other people think of you. Okay, we're concerned about what we think of ourselves. And this team has been working very, very hard to be very good. And we fell a bit short, tonight, but that doesn't get in our way. It's something we learn from, and we get hungry about, and we move forward for Thursday night.
Coach, can you talk about Kyra's basically catalytic move towards getting you guys back in the game in the 3rd quarter? I mean, she finished no points in the first half, but then all of a sudden 10, and I mean, it looked like she provided that major spark for you guys to put you in a position where you wanted to be.
I thought she did a great job attacking down the stretch and really providing that. I think she's onto the kind of leadership that it takes from the point position. I think her challenge is to play consistently through that, but I thought she did a great job. And I thought she gave us some good hope down the stretch there to finish the way we wanted to.
And Rebecca, to follow up on that, how's that working now with some of the younger players like Kyra, and Crystal taking some ownership and really hustling and getting it as a college player that helps you guys as upperclassmen, to help continue on and get that much closer to where you want to be?
Yeah, I think they're getting better with each game. Kyra really came along in the second half and hit some good shots for us, and it really just helps take pressure off of everybody else. But I think she's doing a great job and will continue to do that.
Ezra, this is a question for you. What is it like having Amber back on the court going up against a big marquee opponent like this? What does she bring? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think she brings just a lot of energy all around. On defense, she's always talking, getting everyone just to get into what we're doing, and on offense, she sort of just sticks to what we do, and she doesn't ever go outside of her game. And she can knock down shots and also post up smaller defenders, so she does both of that, and that's really key.
Rebecca, when you found in the scores table, was your shoulder bothering you the rest of the way, and how did that affect you?
No, I didn't really feel anything at the time, so it didn't affect my play afterwards. But now it hurts real bad.
That was incredible. I can't believe she did that. That was scary. She got a cut in half.
Ooh. Did you hit your head as well?
Yes.
I feel fine.
Both those cuts are from the collision? On your
No,
arm
this
and
is
shoulder?
from the first quarter.
Just tell people you're in Fight Club.
Was it a little bit chippy out there? Was there a lot of heat and fire?
Oh yeah, definitely chippy. You saw that with Angela. But it was just a tough game all around. The rebounds, we had to fight for them, fight for loose balls. but it was a fun atmosphere to play in.
How much did the second, third quarter runs, it seemed like when things got chippier and more physical, it seemed to give your team more confidence. That's like, you know, they went up 13, but it was just like, we're gonna fight back, we don't care. How much does that fire you up, and when it does, how does it help focus you on the floor?
I think it just brings energy to everyone out there playing in it. When we went on a run, it just gives us all confidence, and the crowd got really into it. And that was fueling us on the offensive and defensive side. But yeah, and tough environments are fun to play in and really help spark energy all around.
All right.